What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel Olu Nation. It's your boy, Rodrick Zolunya, man. On this channel, we talk about things that affect us as men in our day-to-day lives and how we can flip the script and use that to our advantage. We still have the same principle, guys. If you've been following my channel, you know that on this channel, number one, we do not watch porn. Number two, we do not masturbate. Those are the two first steps to take to becoming a better man. Those are the two first steps to take to becoming the best version of yourself, guys. Speaking of becoming the best version of yourself, another step you can take is to start working out. And that's what I want us to talk about in this video today. I want us to talk about the 10 mistakes that I made when I started working out so that you cannot repeat the same mistakes that I made, so that you can shorten the amount of time for you to reach your goals. Before I get into the video, guys, we are officially on the road to 1K subscribers before this month ends. Yes, before the month of March ends this month, let's get this channel to 1K subscribers. We can only do that if you and I work together. Let's get right to the video, guys. Working out is a great form of therapy, guys. I believe so. Because for me, myself, it has been a very, very great form of therapy. It doesn't matter whether you're a calisthenic athlete, whether you're lifting weights, or whether you're doing both. We call that a hybrid athlete or hybrid training. It doesn't matter. For me, working out has been therapy, a great stress reliever, and I'm not planning to stop working out anytime soon. And I encourage you guys, if you're not working out, kindly start working out. I usually say that if nothing in your life doesn't seem to work out, why don't you start working out yourself and see if things won't start working out? So, as a beginner, we all make mistakes. There's a saying that says, even the master was once a beginner. So, if you've been working out for some time, you know that as a beginner, you make so many mistakes. Those are the things I want us to discuss in this video. By the way, I started training in the gym in 2019, and it was because of a heartbreak. I had experienced a heartbreak, so I wanted a distraction. Led me to the gym. But prior to that, in 2018, I was doing some calisthenics activities or some calisthenics training in the house at home, which I never saw results because I believe it was because of some of the mistakes that I made that we are going to talk about in this video. So, let's get right into the mistakes that I made when I first started working out. The first mistake that I made when I started working out was I thought that I could outwork a bad diet. Big mistake. Guys, listen to me. You can never outwork or outrun a bad diet. A bad diet can never be outworked or outrun. Why? Because training just takes up 20% of your results. The rest 80% comes from your diet. Why do you think that it said that abs are made in the kitchen? If you want to see your shredded six pack, you have to have your diet in check. You can be training well, you can be doing cardio, but if your diet is shit, your body will look like shit. I promise you that. The only way that you are going to see optimal results in the gym is if you have your diet in check. We have these two guys. If you have these two guys, one guy half asses in the gym. They don't train as hard as they're supposed to, but they have their diet in check. And this other guy trains so hard, but their diet is shit. Believe me, person A will see results much more quicker, and they'll see better results than person B. Why? Because training only takes 20% of your results. Diet takes up 80% of your results. Now, the takeaway from this point should be, make sure that 80% of your diet comes from clean whole foods, 20% comes from whatever you want to eat. 80% clean whole foods, 20% from whatever you want to eat. Carbs, proteins, fats. If it's carbs, make sure they come from whole foods like cassava, sweet potatoes. Stop eating fries. I used to like eating fries. I used to like eating junk food, fries, burgers, pizzas. I'm not saying they're bad. In fact, you can make healthier options at home. You can make a healthier option of pizza, a homemade burger, which are healthier options, but stop eating a lot of junk food. They're going to mess up with your results. So if it's carbs, I've told you cassavas, sweet potatoes, rice, corn, maize. If it's protein, eggs, meat, fish. If it's fats, seed oils, nuts, depending on your goals. If it's vitamins, fruits, kales, broccoli, depending on your goals. So make sure you eat 80% clean, 20% whatever you want. The second mistake I made when I first started working out was not having a clear training program. First time I stepped into the gym, 2019, I had no clear training program. I found people working out on the bench press machine and they asked me a question. Hey, are you new to the gym? I said yes. And they told me, come and start training with us. Join us. And that was how I continued training. I just went to the gym. Oh, what are you training today? I'm training legs. Okay, let's get into it. I never had a clear training program. Right now, I have a clear training program. I do push pull legs. I do a push pull leg split. If that doesn't favor you, you can do a full body workout depending on your goals. Your program depends on your goals and also depends on your time, right? Maybe some people don't have the time to train push pull legs, they prefer training full body. But what I discourage is training in a bro split, because you should make sure that you're hitting your muscles at least 2 times a week. Make sure you hit each muscle group at least twice a week. By the way, I should have made a disclaimer when I started the video. I'm not a doctor, okay? Whatever I'm saying is just my honest, humble opinion. Okay, we have got so many fitness channels on YouTube. You can go and follow them if you want to just get strict fitness content. In this channel here, it's about self-improvement. So we talk about different things: fitness, fashion, finances, and how you can improve yourself as a man. But if you want channels that are strictly for fitness, you can go and check out a guy like Coach Greg, Jesse James West. We have Will Tennyson. We have got so many. I follow these guys on YouTube, okay, because I like fitness a lot. So make sure you train each muscle group twice a week. That should be the takeaway from this point. The third mistake I made was trying to lose weight too fast. So what took me to the gym in 2019, like I told you, was because I had experienced a heartbreak and I wanted a distraction from it. So the only way I knew that one of the best distractions was going to the gym. My goal was to see my shredded six pack for the first time. That was the biggest goal I had. So, thinking that lowering my calories will make me see my goals faster, yes, they did make me see my shredded six pack for the first time. Lowering my calories too much made me see the shredded six pack for the first time, but to the peril or to the expense of my muscles. If you go back and check out my Instagram, but then you can follow me on Instagram. You should follow me on Instagram because I post there daily. Just search Olunation, the same user tag I use on YouTube, Rodriguez Olunya Olunation, the same user tag I use on Instagram. You can see that yes, I had a shredded six pack. If you check out my photos from 2019, 2020, you can see I had a shredded six pack, but I am not as muscular as I am right now. Why? Because I was sacrificing my muscles for leanness. That's why I got too much. I got into a too deep calorie deficit, which was very wrong. Now, depending on your goals, if you want to lose weight, yes, you should be in a calorie deficit, but a slight one. Step by step, okay? Start going step by step. If you want to gain muscle, if you're main gaining, okay, a slight calorie, surplus. I don't encourage the yo-yo diet, cutting and bulking, no. Try maintaining, or if you are fat, try cutting. Try losing weight while building muscle. We call that body composition. So, make sure that you don't lower your calories too much if you're trying to to lose weight. Just find a diet that is sustainable long term for you guys. That's what I'll encourage you to do. Just find a diet that is sustainable for you guys. Because, like for me, I used to only eat one meal a day back then. I wanted to see my shredded six pack very fast. I wanted to make the girl who had left me regret. I wanted to make her regret, hey, you've left me, now I'm better off. Right now, I work out for myself and for my own sanity. But back then, that was why I stepped into the gym, because of a heartbreak. But the takeaway from this should be whatever you can sustain long term, do that. Because if you try and lose weight too fast, the probability of gaining it back is also very high. It happened to me. Okay? Right now, I only eat 2 meals a day. Back then, I only used to eat one meal a day. Right now, I eat 2 meals with huge portions. I skip breakfast. I break my fast between 12 to 2. That's my first meal for the day. Then I eat supper, the last meal of the day. So 2 meals, but very huge portions. And that works out for me. Okay? That works out for me. And make sure that in your diet, whatever you're eating, the portions, make sure the hugest or the biggest portion is taken up by protein. Why? Because proteins are satiating, they make you fuller for longer, you won't be grazing during the day. That should be the takeaway from this point. The fourth mistake I made was not doing cardio. First time I got into the gym, yes, I was doing cardio because I wanted to see my shredded six pack for the first time. So I was doing cardio, a lot of cardio. But after getting the results I wanted to see, I stopped doing cardio. Now remember, as much as cardio is a tool that helps you to lose weight, the most important role of cardio is that it works out the most important muscle in your body, which is your heart. Okay? Cardio works out the most important muscle in your body, which is your heart. So make sure you take cardio seriously. I come from a family with a history of pressure, diabetes, all those cardiovascular diseases. So me doing cardio is just a must because I want to live a quality life. Make sure you do cardio at least 150 minutes each and every week. That's the optimum amount of time you should be doing cardio. So maybe 20 to 30 minutes every day for 5 days in the week. Okay, I encourage you, whether you are doing calisthenics, lifting weights, or a bodybuilder. For me personally, I'm a weightlifter. I can't say I'm a bodybuilder because a bodybuilder has to step on stage. If you're a bodybuilder, you have to step on stage and compete. That's what makes you a bodybuilder. Me, I'm just a weightlifter. So it doesn't matter. Do both. Okay? Lift weights plus also do your cardio. Because if you want to lose fat or you want to lose weight very fast, do cardio. Because lifting weights does not make you lose as much or does not burn as much calories as doing what? Doing cardio. So if you incorporate both, you'll get the best from both worlds. The fifth mistake I made was not maximizing on body weight exercises. Dips, pull-ups, chin-ups, push-ups. I never used to do them. Maybe prior to me going into the gym in 2018, I only used to do, when I say I used to do calisthenics in the house, I only used to do things like push-ups and maybe body dips. But once I started going to the gym, chin-ups, pull-ups, dips, I never used to do them. Now, I used to think something like pull-ups, I used to think that if I have more muscles in the back, then I'll become better at pull-ups. No, it's the other way around. The better you become at pull-ups, the more muscular your back becomes. That's just how it works. And most of these bodyweight exercises, they're actually compound movements, meaning they work out more than one muscle group when you do them. Like for example, if you're doing a pull-up, You're working out what? Your bicep and your back. If you do dips, you're working out your chest, shoulder, triceps. In fact, dips gives your shoulder a very huge stretch. Okay? So if you don't want to leave any gains on the table, make sure you incorporate body weight exercises or calisthenics exercises into your training routine to get the best from both worlds. The sixth mistake I made was ignoring rest days. Um, right now I work out 6 times a week. I rest only once. But if I feel like I need to take an extra rest day, why not? Why? Because rest days help you in recovery. And during recovery is where muscle hypertrophy happens. Muscle hypertrophy is simply the process of building muscles growing. And muscles only grow when you are resting. Okay? So, make sure you take rest days, guys. I used to have the mindset of no days off. So I used to work out 7 days a week. Yes, you should still have the mindset of no days off, but in your nutrition, not in your training. Your muscles need time to recover, guys. For muscle hypertrophy, for optimal muscle hypertrophy, your body needs time. Your muscles need time to recover. So make sure you take rest days. Make sure you have and actually prioritize rest days. Okay? It's evident. You can go and check out my Instagram from 20, like I told you, 2019, 2020. Yes, I had a shredded six pack, but I was not as muscular as I am right now, currently. Why? Because I used to ignore rest days. And also because of all the mistakes I've mentioned prior to this and the mistakes I'm going to explain later. So, number 7, the seventh mistake I made when I started working out was also not sleeping enough. Guys, sleep is a form of rest. You require a minimum of 6 hours, a maximum of maybe 9 hours for better muscle hypertrophy. So make sure you sleep. Back then I was doing business. I was only sleeping 4 5 hours. Okay, I never knew that sleeping is so crucial. Recovery, so crucial. Why do you think somebody like LeBron James spends 1 million in a year, on their body, and most of it he spends during what? Most of the time is during recovery. Why do you think so? Because recovery is very, very crucial, very important. So make sure you sleep enough. Okay, for better muscle hypertrophy. Minimum 6 hours, maximum 9 hours. Okay? The eighth mistake I made, and I'm sure most of you guys, if not all of you guys, have made this. The eighth mistake I made was ego lifting. I used to lift with my ego. Lifting much weight, sacrificing form. Okay? I used to lift with my ego. Lifting too much weight while sacrificing form, which is very, very wrong. Yes, you should use weights that challenge you, guys. I encourage you to use weights that actually challenge you, but not at the expense of your form. If you want to have better muscle growth, better muscle definition, focus much more on the form than the weight you're using. Yes, progressive overload should be done, but focus mostly on your form. Ego is the enemy. Leave the ego at the door. Leave your ego at the door when you get into the gym. Work out with appropriate weight that you can move with proper form. I have a friend who right now cannot lift as much as they want due to injury. The doctor told him you cannot lift as much as you want, as heavy as you want. Why? Because of ego lifting. He got injured, and that's what ego lifting will do to you. It will only make you get injured. Okay? When you're injured, you'll not be able to train, guys. So make sure not have an ego while you're lifting. The ninth mistake I made was comparing myself to others. Guys, comparison is the thief of joy. Okay? It doesn't matter whether in business, in fitness, anywhere. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare your physique with other people's physique, especially if you're a beginner. Why? You don't know how long they've been training. You don't know what they're taking. You don't have any idea of how their genetics are. Okay, so don't compare yourself with anyone. Only person you should be comparing yourself to is you of yesterday. Coach Greg says that the guy I've told you to go and follow, he says, close your eyes, imagine your dream physique. Halfway, work on getting towards halfway there. Then when you get there, you can know what to do next. Okay, but if you compare your physique with other people, that's when you start using steroids, you start taking PDs, because you're comparing yourself to other people. And like I told you, comparison is the thief of joy. The final mistake I made, guys, was not being patient enough to see my results. Okay, that's why I actually made all these mistakes, like ego lifting, like being too much into a calorie deficit. I wanted to see results quickly. Okay, so that I could show the girl who broke my heart that, hey, I have a six pack, and you left me, now I'm better. Like I told you, that was my reason for starting to train. Right now I train for my sanity. Okay, but you should realize that results don't come overnight, they come over time. It takes time. Anything worth having takes your time. And it's funny, our mind usually plays tricks on us, because the bigger you become or the more muscles you gain, the smaller you'll see yourself in the mirror. We call that body dysmorphia. Okay, the bigger you become, the smaller you'll see yourself in the mirror, guys. So those were the 10 mistakes I made when I first started working out. I'm sharing them with you so that you guys can learn from the mistakes that I made, so that you cannot repeat the same mistakes and shorten the amount of time to achieve your goals. So if you found the video helpful, guys, subscribe to the channel. Like I told you, we're officially on the road to 1K subscribers before this month ends. So subscribe to the channel, leave a video with a big thumbs up. By the way, share with me in the comments if you've made any of these mistakes as a beginner, or if you're making any of them right now. Share with me down so that we can help each other down in the comments. And I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace and love. Olu Nation, we out.